Welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric Print, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the mid-temp error, why it happens, and how you could fix it yourself. Enjoy the video. The thermistor is the part that sends signals to the motherboard of the Ender 3. This is what makes sure that the nozzle is at its temperature and that the machine knows that it's at that temperature. If this part, the little wires right around there, if one of those is ripped, then the signals will start to fluctuate, or the mid-temp error will occur, what you may encounter. And that's why you want to be very careful when either taking out a nozzle or just putting in a new fan. When it comes to the wiring process, this little white wire is the thermistor. It goes all the way across from the tension wiring, something like that, back to the motherboard. And it is very long. Hence why you tend to not want to replace the whole thing. No, what you can do instead is remove the thermistor, like just up to here, something like this. Remove it and add a new one. And what you can then do is something like this. What you then do is strip the wire and then use this. Once you have that, you can connect it to the new thermistor right here. These little electrical tapes I put on here are to help make sure that it doesn't catch on fire or anything, because you want to avoid fire hazards with these kinds of things. If you're ever going to replace the entire thermistor, then you're going to want to find this piece. This is located on the motherboard, and it is put on there with hot glue, so if you're going to remove it, you have to get rid of that stuff too. And the reason I say you want to find the right kind of this one is because I purchased a different version of this that didn't quite work with mine. So that's why you want to make sure that you get the right brand. Now, I've discussed the main reason that this occurs, but the less common version of the mid-temp error is if the motherboard itself is not soldered properly. And I'll show you in a minute what the motherboard looks like. But also, you want to make sure that these things are put on properly. If they're a little loose, they may send false signals to your machine, and you really want to avoid that because your machine is all about precision. You want to get your prints to come out precise and not blobby or curvy or all those things like shifts that occur on a faulty machine. Here all I'm doing is removing the screws and the little cover I put for the fan that I had to make here. But once I lift this up, we're going to see all of the circuitry down here. And if you're like me and don't like the glue, the hot glue that was put on here, you could remove it yourself, but make sure to do that carefully. Now, what you're looking for is the thermistor. The thermistor is this wire right here at the end. And I had a different version, so I had to replace this twice myself. And I'm not going to take out the circuit board because of reasons. I don't know why I said circuit board, it's motherboard. But yeah. That's what you want to avoid. You want to get rid of the hot glue, make sure that you got the right connection in the right spot, because there are others that look the same. Now, some tips that I could give you about replacing the new thermistor is that you don't want to replace the whole thing. You could just order the thermistor itself and just pull this up. Unlike me, I replaced the whole thing, but what you could do is just move it a little up like this and take the white wire, cut off the bottom half of this, because that's all you need to replace. The rest of the wiring itself can still be kept on. And that just makes the whole thing easier. And another tip I could suggest is soldering some of this stuff that might be loose, because soldering is not that difficult. There's always tutorials out there. And you can always just find a new piece for this. They're not that expensive unless you're in high school and you don't have a job, in which case, I'm sorry. But that's it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. I respect y'all. Have a good one.